Welcome to Down Bad at Work. What's going on, everybody? It is Boss Man Jack. We are here with Down Bad at Work. We're going to be answering your work calls. We are here to talk about bad bosses. We're talking crazy work stories, crazy quitting stories. I am not Father Tug. I am filling in for the day today. We're excited to get this going. I'm going to go live on my Instagram in just a second. Guys, today's is going to be a little different. You're going to call the number up at the top. Okay? So that's the number to call. I'm here to talk about work stuff. I'm also here to answer any of your work questions if you have them. But I can also answer your love questions as well. All right, let's get this going. Welcome back to another edition of Down Bad at Work, baby. We are going live right now. Call the number up there. We're taking your calls. Today we're going to talk about bad bosses. That's kind of the general prompt. But if you have questions about anything work related, some of you at work, all right? My boy Onion joining on the Twitch. Love to talk to Onion. So guys, phone lines are open, 973-370-2775. We started posting some of the clips on another Instagram. It's called Down Bad at Work. Give it a follow. Just gave it, posted my story. Thank you, I do look nice. Spencer, jobs suck, working sucks. Nobody should be working. I disagree with that concept in general. All right. We got an incoming call. One sec. Hello.
Call from Elizabeth. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Elizabeth, you are live on Down Bad at Work. What's up?
Hey, what's up?
What's up, girl?
I have a story time / I need some advice.
You came to the right place. Let's do it.
Okay, so to give you some backstory, I was working at a shave ice place. I would make shave ice, and I was doing that after school in high school.
Okay.
I'm in high school. And yeah, it was just supposed to be this after-school job, minimum wage, nothing too crazy, but it was not that at all. I was counting thousands of blocks of ice a day and had to keep inventory of how many ice blocks we had. And then I had to transport the ice blocks from different coolers and carry them above my head, and I would come home
like a woman holding like water from a well, kind of.
Yeah, but ice blocks.
Got it.
And there was no heels or anything to facilitate this process. Yeah, so it was just a really physically strenuous and mentally draining job for minimum wage.
Okay.
So after a month, I decided to quit, but I had never quit a job before. And so I had a lot of anxiety about this, right?
100%.
And so I was just sort of freaking out because I felt really bad, that my manager would be pissed at me. And my mom was reassuring me, telling me, this is just a part of work life and it's going to be okay. So I go in. I asked my manager to meet with me, and I go in to give my 2 weeks.
Okay.
And this was just the day, right? So I go in, and I, say exactly, hey, I'm not going to, be working here anymore. I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. And she looks at me, my manager, and she just starts sobbing.
She starts crying?
She starts sobbing. And she starts was hysterical.
Oh my
and I
God.
didn't know what to do. And then she starts screaming at me, saying that, like, if the Shave Ice store closes down, it's my fault, which I didn't understand because this is like a very successful Shave Ice store. And
Yeah,
there was,
it's like a
many employees.
chain Shave Ice store, pretty much.
Yeah, like there was it was not lying on my back, and I had only been there for a month, so I really didn't understand where that.
Yeah, if
from.
if a shaved ice store is shutting down because a minimum wage high school worker is quitting, I think there's other issues at hand.
Yeah, and so she's screaming at me, and I like am having like an anxiety attack, and then she brings up how she has this 4-year-old daughter, and how she won't be able to put food on the table for her daughter because she'll have to be working for shifts now to take over my spot.
You're saying the 4-year-old daughter is gonna have to take your shift? No?
No, the
Okay,
manager
all
would
right,
have to take my, supposedly, which again I don't understand because I had only been there for a month. It was not like I was a
That's
critical part of this operation. But yeah, so it's been a few days since then, and you know, it happened. It was really uncomfortable. I was going to put in my 2 weeks, but
Okay.
the conversation sort of left off on never show your face around here again.
okay.
Um,
Jesus.
So definitely did not put in the 2 weeks. But it's been a few days, and today she started texting me really like vulgar, mean things.
Really?
Calling and once again, this is like a grown woman, and I'm 16 years old.
Yeah. What did she say?
So, she was just saying that, like, she's gonna badmouth my name in the restaurant industry.
Oh,
so I won't be able
you'll
to
never
find
work
a job.
in the shaved ice industry again.
I guess, and like, there are several locations of this Shave Ice shop in my where I live, and
Yeah.
The one that I'm working at was very like walking distance from my home, and then now I won't be able to go to the one near my home, and apparently not to the ones in the other towns over.
Damn. You're
Because
banned from
apparently
shaved ice
she
forever.
blacklisted me.
Honestly, shaved
Yeah,
ice
so
shaved ice sucks. Like who need just get ice cream like a grown up, you know?
No, it's so good. It's the best one, and like where I'm from, it's known as the best one. So
Damn.
it's disappointing. But the end of the story for now is I blocked her number because she was harassing me.
Smart.
But I'm like paranoid that she's gonna show up at my house because she knows where I live.
Yeah, I mean normally I would say
Like I'm just,
normally when someone's quitting a job, I feel like the first time you ever quit a job, it's like the most nerve-wracking thing ever, and you're like, oh my god, my boss is like totally gonna hate me, and normally I'd say like just get it out of the way. Like actually no one really cares if you quit your job or not. Like no offense to you, you seem like a wonderful woman. People will move on, but it sounds like that advice does not apply here. This woman sounds insane, and honestly I would be scared if I were you. I would flee the country. I really would.
yeah, I just didn't expect this either. You know, I thought I was just being anxious, but I feel like
Damn.
I wasn't just being anxious. Definitely reacted terribly.
It's a cutthroat world in the shaved ice industry. All right, well,
Yeah. So
what was your name? Elizabeth?
yes.
Elizabeth, thank you for calling in. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
I hope you might have to move towns. That sucks. I'm sorry. All right.
I know, right?
All right. Ciao. All right, folks. That was the first call of the night. We're calling the number up here if you guys want to chat, work problems. I'm also to the Down Bad Patrol people. If you guys have questions you would ask Father Tug, I'm here as well. Calling the number ahead. We're talking bad bosses. We're talking quitting. We got another one coming up. All right, here we go.
Call from
Lola?
to accept.
Lola.
Hello, how's it going?
I'm good. Talk to me, Lola. How we doing?
Well, okay, so here's the thing. I started a new job last week,
Okay.
and I don't really know like the company culture and stuff, so I was kind of like trying to figure it out. And so like I kind of like decided to like try to joke around and stuff. And so last Wednesday,
Okay.
I emailed my boss and I started it off by saying like happy hump day. You know, like it's Wednesday, like let's throw it out there, like let's see what we get back.
Okay.
So it's now Tuesday and I still haven't heard back from him.
Okay.
And I was just like, you know, like what's going on here? So it was like maybe it didn't send. So I went and I checked my sent and I looked at it and I realized I didn't say happy hump day. I said happy humping. And I feel like sending a follow-up email, like saying, like, oh my
no,
God, I meant to say, like, happy hump day would just make it worse.
Oh God, no,
And so
you can't.
I
You
don't-
can't address
no,
it.
Do I just not acknowledge it?
It is weird he hasn't responded. Saying happy humping. That's, I mean, at least you're coming off like a very supportive coworker, which we love to see. And have you started the job yet? Have you seen him in person at all?
I work remote, so there's no way for me to pop into his office
Oh,
and
God.
get a vibe. Like, there's no way for me to read the vibe. It's all over email.
Yeah. I would tell you nobody cares and it's fine, but the fact that he hasn't responded, that's a little troubling, I would say.
And he's like a little crusty, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, like he definitely
he's
thinks
older.
you were wishing him a happy hump.
Yeah, like I don't even know if he knows what hump day is, which in retrospect I had really like,
Everybody knows what hump day
Yeah, I
is.
wish I had
Everybody
thought
knows what
about
hump day
that.
is. Yeah, I mean, is he hot? You said he's not. He's crusty.
I mean, he's like hot in a like Joe Biden way hot. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like,
All right.
yeah.
I think, okay.
am worried he might be like a little bit like Republican though, which makes it almost worse. You know what I mean? With all that undertone going on with the party.
Yeah, we don't love to touch politics here, but I will say that you have backed yourself in your corner, and now you're gonna have to fight your way out. And honestly, if he actually thinks you met happy humping, he's probably not that smart in the first place. Or I don't know,
Yeah, I guess so. I guess I just like I can't quit over that.
I think you should just
So,
say
like,
happy humping for every email now, and then you just think that's how you talk.
and we could develop our own little like
Yeah,
language and shtick. I kind of like that angle.
I like that. It's good to have an inside joke with your boss, and like you're just like, oh, sorry, it's just like how we did at my old company. What's weird about
Yeah,
that?
it's like, we work remote, so we can't have our own like secret handshake. Maybe this is
100%.
our like virtual secret handshake.
100%. All right. Well, what was your name, Lola?
Lola.
Go email him happy humping for the rest of the time that you speak to him. I'm gonna take this next call. I appreciate you calling in.
Call from
Christian B.
Christian B, the king himself.
Hello.
What's up, brother?
I'm sorry. Oh, hello. How's it going?
I'm good. What can I do for you?
So I have a very quick story. Little backstory. I used to work for a 3-letter pharmacy that I will not disclose.
Okay. A 3-letter pharmacy that you won't disclose. So I'm assuming CVS.
That or another one.
Okay. No comment.
I worked there for 4 years during my undergrad, and it was fine. I was one of the main lead technicians that was a pillar of the pharmacy.
Okay.
Long story short is that once I finally got my career, I work at a hospital now. Everyone in the whole district knew me, and when I finally gave my notice, I had all these other pharmacies come and call me about it, saying, "Oh, you're leaving the company. Oh, we're so sorry to hear that, but we're happy for you."
Okay.
But one really that stood out to me was that this one pharmacy manager that I worked with for about a year or so before I transferred, He said that pharmacy you're leaving will crumble once you leave.
Okay, that's a compliment.
So, I mean, and then once I left afterwards, like the whole store went down like bad. Like
Really?
we were like top 10 in districts, and now it's like bottom 64.
You know what? That's something that you should put on your resume. People always say put stuff on your resume about what you did at your job. What about what happens at your job when you leave? I think that shows how good you are at whatever people do at pharmacies. What do people do at pharmacies?
Right,
Is being a pharmacist really that hard, by the way?
Well, I was a pharmacy tech, so that
Okay.
doesn't require any higher education.
Okay.
That just requires a high school diploma and then a state license.
All right.
But being a pharmacist, it requires like 6 years of school, and you get a PharmD and all that jazz.
Damn.
But I just can't help shaking the feeling that, you know, I left him to dry. I mean, of course, I did it out of my own pursuit for happiness.
Yeah.
But it's more like I have like this undertone feeling that
You feel guilty?
I caused this. Yeah.
Well, look, it sounds like you shouldn't worry about. That's actually a reason a lot of people don't leave jobs is they feel guilty about leaving people behind, which like is fair. Like most companies are made up of people, and people are really what matters at the end of the day. Not making CVS another $2 million than they would have last year. You would have just gotten frustrated, and
I
you
guess
did the right thing.
Yeah. I mean, right. I mean, it's like, you know what they say, you can work at a shitty place, but you can have the most amazing coworkers and you still make it worth it at the end of the day.
100%.
I felt like it was because of them.
I've
that
had a lot of jobs
stayed
that I've
there for
only,
so
I've
long.
only, if I didn't have good coworkers or bosses, I would have quit a long time ago. So, I get it. All right, brother.
Thank you so much for giving me insight.
You got it, my dude. Hey, good luck at the hospital. And sounds like you're the best pharmacy technician in the world, bro. And I appreciate you. I'm gonna let you go. Moving
Have
on
a
to the
good
next
one.
call. All right.
Call from.
Alberto.
To accept, press 1. To send a...
Hello.
Yeah, my name is Alberto.
What's up,
I have a
Alberto?
pretty good horror story.
Let's hear
Horror
it.
story.
Let's hear it, brother.
Yeah, so I'm gonna. I'm not even using my real name, so I'm gonna try to keep it as anonymously as possible. But I can disclose that I moved to Denver like in early May. No, actually at the end of April 2017,
Okay.
and I got a job at a financial services firm in downtown Denver. And I got it through a member of my extended family. He had a good position at the company. He had some sort of director position, so he was well positioned, and he helped me get the job.
Okay.
I had been working through 2016 on political campaigns, actually. But the thing about political campaigns is that once a campaign ends, you lose your job. So there was like no political job stability there.
Got it.
So 2016 ended, the election ended. My candidate actually won. We did well, but
Oh, yeah.
I was out of a job. So,
You can't tell us who the candidate was, right?
Huh?
You can't tell us who the guy was?
Yeah, I think. Well,
Was it Marjorie Taylor Greene?
like I said, I'm trying to stay anonymous, but I always love I like.
All right,
trying to
just
tell
DM
the story.
DM me
So-
after. DM me after. All right, keep going though. Keep going.
Well, it was a Senate. I can say this. It was a senatorial candidate. He won,
Okay.
and it was in the winning party. So in 2016, the Republicans won. So he won. So we did well. He was a candidate I really believed in, and I had actually supported him for president. So if you remember anything about 2016, there were
Okay.
like
I'm
20
starting to get a picture.
candidates there.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, I can DM you afterwards. That's
Yeah, go for
But
it.
anyway,
Let's get back to the story.
So move forward. We win. Whatever. I lose my job. It's May 27th. Like I said, I'm trying to find a new job through a family member. I get this new job at a financial services firm. First of all, I mean, they're paying me crumbs. They're paying me shit. They were paying me like $35K a year, which everybody
not good.
who's
That's
paying
not
attention
good.
is, yeah,
That's
of course,
poverty.
Of course. So, but I didn't have a lot of experience in financial services because I had been working on political campaigns. So, but I was just grateful to have a job and whatever. So anyways, I moved to Denver in 2017. I get a job. Can you hear me?
Yeah, keep going, keep going.
Sorry. So during the job interview, I was trying to ascertain what the job really entailed, and they were like, "Well, it's this new job, it's this new position. We're still trying to figure out." So I got the job. But essentially I had no idea what I was signing up for, other than that it was in financial services and it involved like customer service work. So I get the job, and then I eventually realize what the job is, and what the job entails is calling out cold calls all day on behalf of retirement financial advisors.
Oh, so you're one of those guys.
Well, yeah, exactly. Exactly. So somebody just described it as a professional. I was a professional voicemailer.
Yeah.
Of course, nobody picks up the phone. I don't pick up those calls either.
No.
So why the heck was I going to expect that other people would?
Did you ever by the way, did you ever make a single sale? Like, I've never understood anyone who does this.
Right. So I wasn't even making the one sale. See, that's the thing. I was just making calls. I was making cold calls. I was trying to get a hold of somebody to try to, sell them. Yes. But I was trying to get a hold of somebody to get them an appointment with a licensed retirement financial advisor. So I wasn't the one making the sale. So that's why I was getting big shit, because I wasn't even getting commission on that. So, but I was making like 100 calls a day, and I would talk to maybe less than 10 people. So that's like less than 10% of the calls that I made throughout the day. I was making 100 cold calls. So I was just making voicemails that day. Very fulfilling job, right?
Yeah, dude. I did a job like that in college. I worked for the alumni fund, and we would cold call alumni asking for money. It was the worst job ever. And basically the way it works is it just keeps dialing, and if anybody picked up, they would just like scream at me and be like, "Stop fucking calling." I'd be like, "All right, Jesus."
Well, of course, and I got plenty of that as well.
But what I would do was, anytime someone would pick up the phone, I would just hang up right away. And I don't want to get screamed at tonight. So that's a tip.
Well,
all right, keep going.
I'm getting like, you're getting scored, and I'm like, my performance is based on how many appointments I'm getting for people. So, but of course I'm not getting any appointments because nobody's picking up the call.
100%.
And then the person who's yelling at me is my manager, and I'm like, what the? Can I curse on this call?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. What the fuck do you want me to do about it? Like, it's not my fault that people aren't picking up on the other line.
Yeah.
I have no control over that, and I'm already making 100 calls a day. What else do you want from me? Performance-wise, I wasn't doing well, but guess what? Nobody on the team was doing well. But my boss, and I can say she was a female boss, I don't know, she had a hard on for me, and she just really honed in on me and really like singled me out. Like I said, everybody, I was doing bad, but everybody was doing bad, right?
Yeah.
So, why the hell was she yelling at me and not the other 7 people on the team, right? If anything, and so we had like a really tense relationship. We didn't get along, and I did that for 2 years.
Damn, and, you hate yourself, huh?
Yeah. No, yeah, it was bad. Mental health wise,
Hey, bro. Hey, are you free now? Did you quit?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, good for you, bro.
I got a better job. So, but so anyways, my boss was trying to get me fired, but she ended up getting fired right as she was about to fire me.
There you go.
And 1 month later, I quit. I was interviewing during this whole process, and right after she got fired like on a Monday, and I had a job interview on Thursday, and I got the job, and a month later I quit, and
hell yeah, good for you,
got
man.
A better job, got better pay. I've been promoted at the new company that I work at, so
So it's
Hey,
all
you-
good. I'm actually at work right now, so.
Hey, I'm gonna let you get back to work, all right? I appreciate you calling in, Alberto.
Yeah.
Tell me who that candidate was, all right? All right. Listen, if you're trying to get somebody fired, 99% of the time, you are the asshole in this situation, okay? And you deserve to get fired yourself. That person deserved what was coming for them. Broccoli Clapper, 6944. Eat my shorts, pal. You're a fake. I'm filling in for Father Tug. I'm doing Tuesdays and Thursdays. We're doing work calls. Call the number above. Hello.
Call from.
Jordan.
To accept, press 1. To send a...
Jordan.
Oh, hello.
What's going on, Jordan? How you doing? Welcome to Down Bad at Work.
Hell yeah. I'm glad to be here. I've officially called into all 3 of the streams that you all do on this page.
Hell yeah.
So that's sick.
You're a pro, man. So you got me,
I
Father
guess
Tug,
so.
and Satan?
Yep. I actually talked to Tucker on the Down Bad patrol. Like, I think that was like a little bit before he blew up. Like, not by much, but like 2 weeks before like TikTok really
You're an
just
OG.
exploded. So
You're an OG.
yeah, a little bit. But yeah, so I have a couple crazy work stories.
Let's hear it.
But I think I'm going to start with, and then if I have time for more, we can do that. But I'm going to start with the job that I had for approximately 3 hours.
All right.
So I live in the middle of just nowhere, Kentucky. Like, there's probably less than 10 or 15 businesses in the inflatable playgrounds, like an indoor place. It's kind of like Chuck E. Cheese on steroids.
Hell yeah. That sounds awesome.
I thought so too. Like, it sounds like, you know, I
Or maybe it doesn't sound awesome.
I
I feel like there's a lot of like sweatiness going on.
Yeah, that was one of the things I noticed immediately when I went in. It's like I reached out, I applied online. The guy who runs the store gave me a call, and he seemed pretty cool, so went in for an interview. And I very quickly realized this isn't an interview. I'm working now.
Okay, all right.
So not like no paperwork, no
W-9s,
no conversation. Yeah, not even a conversation about how much I'd be paid or how many hours he needed me to work. He was just immediately like, okay, you're here. This is what I need you to do. And I was strapped for cash at the time, so my first instinct was, okay, I
Yeah.
can roll with this. Like, and so I start helping him, and then he starts telling me about all the stuff he needs me to do. And I applied to be the assistant manager of the place.
Okay.
And so, and like before that, like I have about 2.5 or 3 years of experience of both like running social media accounts as well as just retail in general, like about 3 years of experience between the two. So I was like, I have enough experience.
You
to be an
knew what you were
assistant
doing.
manager.
You knew what you were doing.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was like, okay, I'm pretty confident, and this is like a step forward. If nothing else, assistant manager is going to look good on my resume for later on. So
Okay.
I was like, okay, this is cool. Except when I got there, it was not the position of assistant manager. It wasn't the position of even working there. He was going to have me he had a 16-year-old. For reference, I was 21 at the time.
Okay.
And he was having me replace the 16-year-old that he had working for him, who was completely responsible for basically taking the huge inflatable playgrounds, like the slides, the obstacle courses, all that stuff. And I would be completely responsible to be the one to take those down,
Okay.
put them into tiny little boxes, which already sounds like hell.
No, that sounds
and then load it out up to... Yeah, it'd load them out to up to 2 hours away in my car and take them to birthday parties.
So you're the guy that's like setting up the birthday parties. Was it a bouncy house situation?
Yeah. It was like bounce houses, and anything similar to that. That's the
got
kind
it.
of stuff they were doing, which
So did you?
Is it
So
like-
so you
so-
said you quit a couple hours in. What happened?
Yeah. So, so like I went in, and honestly, after it being there for like an hour or two, I kind of was like, okay, the more I learned about the business, the sketchier it got.
Yeah.
So like the back office that he finally had me go into to do some paperwork, I went back there with him, and it broke just about every OSHA violation you can imagine. So like the office was upstairs, but it was up a flight of stairs that like I would say each step was about 6 inches,
Okay.
if that.
So that's
and they were
step
about
one.
and they were about 2 feet each, or at least a foot and a half. Like
Okay.
I'm probably a foot and a half. 2 feet, a little dramatic. Like a foot and a half high, and 6 inches each. And I get to the top. There's no railing to stop you from falling off the edge and going back down the stairs. And right there where the railing should be is where he wants me to sit down in a rolly chair.
Why would you have to sit in a rolling chair?
I don't know.
So you just were
and
like,
so I
fuck
sit
this,
down.
I'm out, I'm done.
I mean, pretty much. So like I talked to him, and I was like, so like what? I applied to be assistant manager, and like I don't know if that's what you're needing me for. He was like, oh yeah, that's that's your title, but like I'll need you to do a lot more than just
Yeah,
that.
fuck that.
And I was like, pretty much. And then he told me the pay was going to be $10.25 an hour,
Got it. Not.
and
I don't. Did he pay you for the day that
Yeah.
you worked?
what was that?
Did he pay you for the day that you did work?
No, he never paid me.
Sounds like.
he
I
didn't
mean,
have a way to
listen.
pay me.
Sounds like you had a nice day at a bouncy house. So at least you always have
Basically,
that.
like, yeah, all I did was walk around, give him an extra set of hands while closing up some bounce houses, and then he had. This was the only thing that made me think maybe I should stay. Was there was like a really sweet old lady that worked for him,
Uh-huh.
and he had her office and everything. And my heart was just breaking because I was like, she was literally like in her 70s, and yes, she was fit for her age, but she was still like a 7-year-old woman on her hands and knees folding together a bounce house that me, a 20-year-old, was struggling with.
Damn.
Like it was, and like that. I was so heartbroken to see that. I was like, maybe I should stay just to help. But then I was like, yeah, but I'm gonna hate it here, and I'm not gonna get paid well. So.
Yeah,
but
no, I mean,
basically just-
it sounds like, honestly, this guy's kind of a genius. Like he just basically is getting free help every day. He's kind of doing it right. I
honestly,
respect
if that
this
is
man.
his strategy.
It's a good
if
business
that's what he's
strategy.
doing.
All right, bro.
Yeah,
I
mean, the
appreciate you
turnaround
calling
rate
in. All
is pretty
right.
high, but
Now you're 3 for 3.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
All right, dude.
All right.
All right. We are taking your calls about work, down bad at work. Call the number above if you have a bad work story, bad boss. Someone said you look so bored on both of these calls I've watched. Listen, I'm not totally bored. Sometimes, guys, a little bit of feedback for the callers. Let's get into the stories. Let's keep going. All right. We got a lot of calls waiting. Today we've been talking about bad bosses. Some of you chimed in the stories. I'm going to read a couple of those in a sec. I do have a number that has been calling a lot, so I'm going to call you back. You guys can call me Daddy Jack. I do appreciate that. Yes. Down Bad Patrol, folks. Thank you for letting me join your stream again.
Your call has been forwarded to an
All right,
automated
he's not
voice
picking up.
messaging.
Number at the top. We have time for, I would say, one more call. And then we're going to call it a night. It's time to head home. Time to get some fucking dinner and shit. All right, let's see. I asked people in the story what their worst experience with a boss has been, or I said, who was the worst boss that you've ever had? Several people just listed their bosses' names. Did you want me to repost that? Like, did you want me to actually say that? That it's a little bit of a wild thing. If there's a woman named Claire, I'm not going to say her last name. Fix your shit, okay? This person is not like you. This one was pretty fucked up. Someone goes, I got married and went for a honeymoon for 2 weeks. They asked me to cut it to 1 week, so I did. I feel like it's a tricky one because 2 weeks is a long time, and like it is your honeymoon, and it's kind of fucked to ask someone to end their honeymoon early. I would just say, fuck you to that person. Like, what are they gonna do? Unless you don't. It's weird because most jobs have unlimited vacation now. Does anyone here have unlimited vacation? I think 2 weeks is perfectly reasonable. If it was like a month, yeah, but that's kind of fucked. When that boss is on their honeymoon, just email them and call them nonstop because fuck that. All right, what else do we got? This one, I hope this one is not real. This one is not. Brought out a magnifying glass to check if rounded stack chart bars lined up. Come on now. First of all, who has a magnifying glass just like on their person in general? And like that's micromanager times micromanager. I didn't even realize that. Microscope manager, something like that. Someone said in the comments, I'm 15, so I don't have vacation. Fuck school. Yeah, I mean, yes, you're right. This might not apply to you, Onion. I apologize. You seem like a nice kid. All right. We got time for one more. Let's see. Someone just said Betsy. Betsy, fix your shit, all right? I'm coming for you. Okay, guys, thank you for the call. We're going to do this again next week. Actually, we're going to do this on Thursday. We're going to be joining the Twitch a little bit more often, doing this a little bit more frequently. Follow Down Bad at Work on Instagram and TikTok. I'm going to be posting some of the clips of this. And follow Down Bad Patrol on all platforms. Peace.